feel free to journey with me as we go through the following apps. The first one we'll begin with is one called MyFitnessPal. We'll then move on to an app called 7-Minute Workout. We'll talk about an app called iTriage, an app called Epicurious, which is perhaps one of my favorites, an app called Grocery IQ, a handy little utility, and we'll end with an app called Sleep Pillow. As Cindy said, if you have any questions along the way, pop them in that little message box on the right-hand side, and we'll get your answers to you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the session here. I'm going to share with you my desktop, and if you could confirm for me that you are seeing my iPad screen. Is that correct? No? All right. So today's apps all feature one theme. It is lifestyle, health, and wellness. And when you think about the topic and the theme here, you don't really think of sitting down in front of an iPad and having it help you for things like lifestyle, health, and wellness. However, the iPad is not just a consumption device, it's a creation device as well. And so we'll begin with the very first app, and that is MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal I have been using for a number of years, and I'm going to launch it by clicking on the lifestyle folder, and I click on the folder, and you'll see here that I might be using a different version of the operating system than one that you are perhaps accustomed to. This is the new operating system. It came out, I'd say about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. It's a complete overhaul compared to the earlier versions. This is called iOS 7. You might have heard about it in the news. So one of the things that you have is large folders, and you have multiple apps and folders nowadays, and you can add as many apps as you want. The app that we're going to focus on first is one called MyFitnessPal. This is a free app. The app works in conjunction with a website called MyFitnessPal.com. You'll hear a lot of this happening in the future where the app becomes what is known as a companion app. It's a companion to a website. You begin by creating an account, and you can do so using the MyFitnessPal.com website, or you can go over to the account. When you first launch the app, it'll ask you to sign up or sign in. I have signed in. You may not see necessarily accurate information here. You may see information here that might be publicly embarrassing to me, but you'll see here this is my personal information showing up. This is my account on the system. What MyFitnessPal does is allows me the opportunity to track how many calories I consume on a daily basis. And I do that by selecting the day and looking at the stats that I'm currently at. Right now, I have set a X number of calories that I'm allowed to consume on a daily basis. And I've done that by participating in an interview question. And the interview question right at the beginning says, what is your current weight? What is your ideal weight? And when do you want to get there? And once you put that in, it will tell you how many calories you can consume. Now, those of you who have met me in person, you know I love to eat, and so I am trying very hard to stick with a better than average calorie consumption here. And I do this by tracking my food and my exercise. So we go over to the food tab, and I click on the food tab, and I now can add breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and it will track my consumption of calories. So let's go ahead and add a lunch meal today. So I click on Add to Lunch, and I tap that, and it's going to ask me for either one of my recent lunches that I've had, or a frequent food that I may have had, or if there is a particular dish that, say, I have made myself and I found from, let's say, another website that's got nutrition information, it would be listed under My Foods, as well as recipes over here. So you can see the options, what I eat frequently, and you'll see that these pop up, or what I've eaten recently. This helps because one of the aspects of tracking food is no one likes to do it. So if you can really quickly push a button, people will enjoy that a lot better than having to manually type things in. But the best aspect of this is what you see over here, which is a barcode scanner. And the barcode scanner will scan a barcode of any food, and it will allow it to not only add the calorie count, but all of the nutritional information. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I have in front of me a Weight Watchers Smart Ones meal, and I have the barcode right here, and you can see that it is looking for the barcode. It has found the barcode in the database, and what it has done is it has tracked all of the information from the nutritional content and added it here. So you see the fat, the cholesterol, the calories, and how many packages and how many servings. If I am comfortable with this, I can go ahead and click the Add button. And when I do so, you'll see that it has deducted it from my daily goal, and I am now allowed 1,460 calories. Now, those of you who are sitting there looking, how can someone like me eat 1,460 calories? Well, the trick here is, one of the lessons I've learned is eat less, move more. And the way you do that is you add your exercise. So there is an exercise tab over here. If I want to stay at 1,700 calories, what I need to do is I need to add my exercise accordingly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add cardiovascular, and I'm going to take a walk at lunch, and I'm going to take that for, let's say, 20 minutes. So I'm going to go here and adjust my count here, and I'm going to say, let's take a 20-minute walk. And when I take a 20-minute walk, it'll tell me how many calories I have burned, and you'll see that that 148 actually adds to my overall count. So let's go back to my Home tab, and you'll see that I now have 1,608 calories remaining. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see how I am burning my calories, what percentage of food I'm consuming, whether it's carbs, fat, and protein, and I can see all of the nutrients, and I can see whether I have met my goals. So I might be eating well in calories, but I might be eating not enough potassium, or I might be eating too much sodium. And you'll find that that happens a lot of times as well. One of the things that I like, and I might be embarrassed to hit this because I haven't touched this app in a little while, but one of the things that I like is the ability to progress. And so you can kind of see your progress here as to where you are in terms of your challenge, in terms of not only just your weight, but any measurements that you'd like to do. You'll see the word Fitbit appears here, and what this does is it allows me to use a wearable device in my hand. I have one right here, and it tracks the number of steps that I take every day, and we'll add that to my MyFitnessPal automatically, and so it will measure all of that. The other aspect of this, and I won't tap on it because there are people who are my friends that may not necessarily want their information published, but this is has a social aspect of it. So you would go to your Friends tab over here, and you would be able to nudge people along. You would be able to send encouragement. You'd be able to work well with others. And by doing so, studies have shown that you have a greater opportunity of staying healthier if you're doing it with friends. In fact, it tells you here, diet with friends and lose up to 3 times more. So you can kind of see how we do. There's a little log and everything along those lines. So that is our first app of the day. It is our MyFitnessPal app. The intent is to track your food, track your nutritional content, track your exercise, and play the game, essentially, that says, well, this is how many calories I want to remain. If I want to have that burger at lunch, how much do I have to exercise to make that work? And I find it very, very effective. Again, there is a accompanying website, and there is an accompanying iPhone app. Both the iPhone app and the iPad have the barcode scanner. So let's hit the Home tab here, or the Home button, and I am brought back to my Lifestyle folder. And the next app that I'd like to talk about is an app that is one of several, actually. They've blossomed in popularity over the last 6 months, and it's this concept of a 7-minute workout. So let's take a look at what the 7-minute workout does. Back in April of this year, somewhere around April of this year, there was an article published in, I believe it was the New York Times, but one of the larger national newspapers, and it mentioned that you can achieve a lot of results by doing a workout in 7 minutes. And so they've called it the 7-minute workout, and there's a number of apps. This is the only one that has both an iPhone and an iPad app. So the benefit here is that you can pop your iPad up on a seat or a stool or wherever you need, and you can see how this works. Well, the 7-minute workout has 12 exercises. There's 30 seconds per exercise and a 10-second break. And these are the exercises that you need to do. So we'll scroll up and we'll see what this is, what this involves. And as you go through this, you might see that there's something that you are unfamiliar with. Well, let's talk and look at planks. When we go to planks, we don't know what planks may be. And so over here it says lay on your stomach, bend your elbows. This looks confusing to me. So what they've done is provided a video for me telling me exactly what I need to do, how to plank. Now that's different than planking. That's what the young kids are doing. This is planking. Here is my guy. He's going to tell me exactly how I need to do a plank. I do not look like that guy, just so you're aware. All right, so we've got enough of the plank. We pause that. So we go through our list. There are our 12, and we start our workout. So I click on the start a workout, and it counts down. It asks me if I'm ready. I am absolutely ready. And it counts down from 10 and tells me exactly what's up first. And there's very little to this app other than telling you what you should do. So, look, I'm doing jumping jacks. So I do that for 30 seconds, and it gives me a 10-second break, and then I do my wall sits. I'm going to close this app, and I have a calendar over here. And once I have completed my workouts, there is a schedule so I can actually see my workout log, and there's you see this is a free app, but this is a in-app purchase that you can kind of have it remind you, set rest times, and a whole bunch of other things. But the app here is a wonderful little app to just get you off the couch. Now again, I work here and I do a lot of sitting during the day, so this is a quick thing that I can do for 7 minutes during my lunch break. And the neat part about it is I can add that activity to MyFitnessPal, which allows me to then have that balance. So that is our second app of the day. It's called the 7-minute workout. These apps in conjunction are two health, wellness, and fitness apps that allow you to balance that, balance that healthy lifestyle. If, however, you begin this process of eating healthy and working out, eventually something's going to happen to your body and you're just not going to be sure what it might be. So in this case, the third app that I'd like to feature is an app called iTriage. And the iTriage app is an app that I have had to go into several times because, as you may know, if you Google symptoms, you are eventually going to come across a website that tells you you're dying. And the reality is, it's not always that case. So let's launch the iTriage app, and let's talk about what this app does. This app allows you to input the symptoms that you're feeling. So let's say you did a workout, you woke up the next day, and you're having some problems with, say, your back. Well, we go to the Symptoms tab, and we click on the Symptoms tab, and we have an avatar here, and we can have a male avatar that I can rotate back and forth. We also have a female avatar, back and forth. And what I can do is, once I've selected my avatar, I can point to a part of the body that may be hurting. So let's say I have a sore knee. I click on the knee, and it will give me the common symptoms that most people have. And so let's say that I have knee pain, and I click on that, and these are the possible problems that I have. I might have a pulled muscle, and I want to know what a pulled muscle is, and I tap pulled muscle, and it's going to give me a description of what this is, what my symptoms might be, what tests an actual physician might do, and as I scroll up, the type of specialist that I might need to see, the type of treatment that I might need, and this is particularly helpful. I play kickball, and one of the things that I've never known is which do you put heat on, which do you put ice on. And so the treatment here says rest, ice, pressure. So it helps for you without having to go see a doctor. If you have a sore knee or something like that, you know, ice. You've got images, examples of what that might be, and then videos that you can watch with, say, perhaps rehabilitation exercises. Now, I will give you my disclaimer. The app will give you the disclaimer as well. When you launch the app for the very first time, it says it can't be a replacement for a doctor. It can't give you medical advice. However, it gives you enough that the internet doesn't. Here's what's neat about this, is you have pain, you've used the triage tool, and now you can click on the current location, and it's going to isolate where you are. It says that I'm here. I use the current location. And it's going to tell me what is nearby. So let's go to an urgent care. I go to an urgent care, and it's going to locate all of the medical providers that are nearby. So let's go to the Doctor's Express. Note that there are featured ones, and that's obvious for a number of these apps. And the Doctor's Express has a phone number for me, maps and directions, and so I can now locate where these folks are, give them a call, and whatnot. So here is my Google Maps. I'm going to cancel out of that. And then I'm back to my lifestyle app. Back to the triage app, there's a lot more that it does other than just telling you symptoms. Over here on the left-hand side, the first thing is our symptoms. This is our symptom checker. But you also have conditions. So you can say that someone in your family might have had a seizure, and you may not know what a seizure is, and you can look up what a seizure is, and again, it gives you the description, tells you everything. It also tells you what you should and should not go to. So no point going to an emergency department, but these are the places that you need to go to. The other thing that you might want to look at is prescriptions. So, for example, if someone is on a medication and you don't know what the medication is, you can take a look at what that is. I'll stick with one that everyone knows, and we'll go with acetaminophen. I think I pronounced that correctly. And here we go, what it's treated for, what the side effects are, and how to use it, and where you can go and get this. So it's a very helpful app, and there's a lot more, as you can see down here, to that. One last thing, with the symptoms, if you don't know what the symptom might be by pushing on a part of the avatar, you can go to the symptom checker. Tap the symptom checker, and these are all of the things that you might have. So if you are suffering from hair loss, you can look that up, and you can see, I don't know that the emergency department will do much for me, but you can kind of see all of the information as well. So this is our third app. It is iTriage, working again with that health and wellness. And the intent is, you know, work out, stay healthy, But if in the event anything were to ever go wrong, you have an app that can help you that's not Google. Let's close out of this. When we work out, when we stay healthy, when we do all of these things, we're bound to get an appetite. And one of the things that the iPad is fantastic at doing is showing you tools that will allow you to use this as a recipe maker. You'll see I've got a number of them here, but this session here is apps that you can't live without. So there are a number of different apps here, but the one that you can't live without is this one. It's called Epicurious. It is our fourth app of the day. So let's click on Epicurious and let's see what this does. When it says it's the cook's companion, it truly is the cook's companion. So let me start at the very beginning right here, and I'm going to go to my Home tab, and this exactly is how the app begins. Now, the concept here is you search down from the main categories for something that you want. We'll start with healthy entrees. So we tap on healthy entrees, and it will tell you via relevance or rating what the healthy entrees are. So we'll go with rating. We want what user-generated ratings there are. And you'll see here that we have this Veracruz style red snapper. Now there's no photo there, and so I'm going to move to one that we have, sea bass. There we go, and I click on this, and you'll see here that once you find the recipe, it gives you the ingredients over on the left-hand side, and then the instructions on the right-hand side on how to do this. Well, you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's no different than just a recipe book, and there's not enough to make this an app that you can't live without. Well, in actual fact, there is so much more to this. So let's take a look. We'll go to the search command, and what we're going to do is we are going to search based on where we are. So let's go ahead, and we want to say that we want a breakfast. So we'll click on meal and course, and we want breakfast. So show me breakfast dishes. Here we go. Now what we want is we want breakfast dishes that have a main ingredient in them. So we can search by ingredients. Now this is a slider, so we can keep sliding. And as we come across certain ingredients, we can add them. And you'll see that they are down here. Notice how I have low fat, healthy. These are filters that were already applied. So I keep going. And something that, of course, jumps out to me is chocolate. So chocolate breakfast, perfect combination. And, of course, when it searches for low-fat breakfast chocolate healthy, it's unable to find any matching results. I wonder why. But you can cut out any of these by removing them, and here's what will happen. So if you've got kids and you want something with chocolate, mint chocolate chip pancakes, Nutella sauce, whatever it might be. Again, this is a fantastic little recipe tool, and it is a nice little complementary app. You'll see that there is an ability to add items to a shopping list. This is an add-in, just like what we saw with the 7-minute workout. So if you are so inclined, you can tie in all of this. And again, you have your items. One last thing to point out is that it also does drinks. So you can actually take a look at any alcoholic drinks or non-alcoholic drinks. And so you can kind of make some fun drinks with, say, you want to make a banana smoothie. So here we go, a sweet peach or a mango berry and banana smoothie. So it's not just limited to food, and you can add all of your items here. So that is our fourth app of the day, Epicurious. And again, it is an app that is designed specifically to help you find meals based on any category that there might be. Well, let's think about what we've done so far. We've worked out. We've used our MyFitnessPal to track our workouts. We have been able to triage any pains that we've had, and we've just found this beautiful recipe that tells us what we need to get. The problem with all of that is we have an empty kitchen. So the cupboard is there, Mother Hubbard's cupboard is there, and we need to fix it. The app for that is by far, hands down, this app called Grocery IQ. And let me tell you why you want this app. Grocery IQ is your grocery management app, and it is a simply fantastic app that works. To begin with, you create an account. Like a lot of things that we've done today, you have a complimentary account on the iPad, and it is a website, so groceriiq.com. Here is the list of things that are on my grocery list. But what I like about this is I can share this grocery list with other family members. My fiance also has this exact same list and this exact same app. So we can add items to the grocery list, and we both have this complimentary list. What's neat about this is adding items is simple using one of three methods. To begin with, we'll go up here and we will add an item. And the item that we might want to add today might be something that we found in the Epicurious app. So we want chocolate chips. So I type in, and as I begin to type, it automatically fills out what I'm looking for. So if I want here we are, chocolate. As we begin to get this information, you'll see, and I'll just use as this example, I want Teddy Graham snacks. So I click on that, and it will add it to my Grocery IQ. Let's minimize my iPad keyboard, and you'll see that I have the items there. As I scroll up, here is my list of all of the things. And under snack foods, I have my Teddy Graham snacks. What's neat about this is you'll notice that all of the items here are added in aisles. So they're grouped. So when I go grocery shopping next, I can just go through the grocery list, and they're automatically grouped for me. There are other ways that you can add items. One of the ways is you can speak the items. And this is great because you can have your iPad with you in the kitchen. And we tap the microphone, which is up here, the top right-hand corner. I would like, started too quick there, so let's close out of that. One more time. I would like bread, milk, eggs, and cheese. And you can see it's pretty accurate. It does not understand that I would, as you like it, a word, so I can actually remove these. I can delete any of those items. But I don't have to do it one at a time. I can do the list. Milk, eggs, cheese, and we'll just stick with that. And I can do a bulk add, and then all three are added. One thing you may see is that the iPhone, if you have a complimentary iPhone, will pop up and tell you that your Grocery IQ list was added. As you go grocery shopping, there's one other aspect of this. You'll see that Hunt's tomato ketchup, the 24-ounce, you can currently save $2. So you click on the Save $2 link, and you have all of your coupons that you can use. You can click. You can also add in your store savings cards. Back to adding items, we'll go back to our list. There is another way that you can do it, and again, by barcode. If you use the last of the margarine or the last of the breakfast cereal, pull your phone out, pull your iPad out, and begin the process of doing a barcode. Same smart ones that I have, I go locate my icon, my bar here, and let's get the light out of the way. And focus in just a little bit. There you go. It picked it up, and you'll see there is a Done button, and I click on the Done button, and the Weight Watchers Smart Ones Classic Favorites is listed, and I can just add it to my Grocery IQ. And again, it adds accordingly. So, folks, what you have here is a true grocery management tool with coupon cutting, list items, And the other thing that you have is the ability to tie in your grocery stores. And you can, if you do shopping at multiple different grocery stores, you can say, add this and I need to buy it at Aldi versus Giant or what have you. So this is our fifth iPad app of the day, our Grocery IQ, which again is a pretty comprehensive app, complimentary iPhone, iPad, and website app with coupons that you can clip.
Rodney?
Yes.
With the coupons, how do you redeem the coupons when you go to the store?
Wonderful question. The question that we got was, how do you redeem coupons when you go to the store? There are two ways that you can redeem coupons, depending on the grocery store. Some grocery stores nowadays are accepting electronic coupons, so you can just use the coupon and they can scan the barcode. Some are not. Some are not as progressive. If you do not want to do it that way, you can clip your coupon. And when you clip a coupon, you can print them out. You can see you can print to a printer or email the coupons to yourself and print them from a desktop computer. So depending on the grocery store, it can be progressive. If it's a progressive grocery store, they will just scan your iPhone or your iPad. If it's not, you just print them out wirelessly, and if you don't have a wireless printer, you print them, email to themselves, print them out, and then you've got all of your coupons. I hope that was able to answer your question there. Fantastic, folks. We are now left with one last app, and I'm looking at the time here, and I see that I'm well ahead of the allotted time, so that's good. I did not go over today. The last app in question also fits the lifestyle aspect here, and that is an app to help you sleep. There are a number of different apps that will help you sleep. There is one app that is not an iPad app, so it can't fit the category of iPad apps that you can't live without, and it is called SleepX. Now, it's not an iPad app, so I won't talk in too much detail with it, but the intent behind that is you put your iPhone under your pillow and it will track your sleeping patterns. That's great once you get to sleep, but getting to sleep is the tricky part. So when in doubt, the best app to help you with that is Sleep Pillow, our sixth and final app for the day. Sleep Pillow is essentially a new version or a new take on the old sleep machine. There's something about this that I like a little bit better than your standard sleep machine. So let's begin by adding a sound. So I tap on the sound, and this is rain, which pretty much everyone can just look out your window right now and you can see the exact same thing. Tap it again, and it stops. I can go up to the timer here, and I can say, I want the sleep timer to run for X number of minutes, and I can start that or stop it. I click on the off button. I don't want my sleep timer. I slide between all of my sounds. One of my favorites is the fire. Now, you are going to have difficulty hearing these because they are not really loud coming through the way that we've got this set up. However, you do get the concept here. It's a nice fire. Stop it one more time. One of the things that I like about this app is the ability, and you can see it here in this instance, to mix and match sounds. To mix and match sounds, you can actually edit and create your own sound mixes. And we're going to click on create. Well, close out of that. Whoa, hey, I pushed the wrong button. All right. Now everything's broken. You can mix and match your own sounds, just bear with me, folks, by adding different sounds and sound effects. So let's go back to our sleep pillow. And when you do, you end up, there we go, down at mixes. You end up creating and editing your own. So here we go. We click on the edit command, and we're going to add a new one. And I am using the free app, so I'm going to delete this existing one. I'll stop. Lifestyle one more time. sleep pillow one more time. And what I'll do is I'll just edit this one. I'll edit this existing app or this existing mix. So what you can do is, let's say you like fireplaces. So you want fireplaces, so you expand that. You also love the sound of the beach, but you don't want that too much, so you can kind of drop that just a little bit. You do like rain, so you're going to have a rain and a fireplace. Now, of course, you wouldn't have rain and a fireplace at the same time unless it was an indoor fire, but you get the gist. You can change any of the sounds. You can add any of the mixes as you want. And when you're done, you click Save. And what you end up with is a nice comprehensive sound that you can set a timer for that can allow you to simply just go to sleep. Pop this on one of those bedside mixes that you have, and it will help you get to sleep, and you can find your favorite sound. They also have white noise, which is surprisingly really enjoyable to go to sleep to. So you'll see up the top here that there is their advertising, and you've seen this happen a couple of times. They're advertising their paid app. I have not found a need for the paid app because you can get enough stuff done with this. And folks, let's close out right here. That is our 6 apps that we have covered. So I did see people come in closer to the middle of the session here. What I'd like to do is a brief recap. The first app that we covered was MyFitnessPal. What MyFitnessPal does is allows you to track calories consumed and add exercise so that you can balance your calorie count. The next app is an app called 7-Minute Workout. 7-Minute Workout is based on a New York Times article in April of this year that was published that said that you can get a lot of benefits from doing a quick 7-minute workout, and it shows you how to do that. The next app is an app that will help track any sort of ailments that you might have. Neck pain, back pain. It's called iTriage, and the intent is to simply track the symptoms and tell you what you need to do to get help. Next up is Epicurious. That's on another page here, and Epicurious was a recipe app, but also a recipe builder. So it wasn't just an app you could simply filter and say, I want breakfast, I want these items and those items, and it will build recipes for you. Next app from that was the app called Grocery IQ, which is a shopping list management app, and Grocery IQ allows you to sync with another iPhone or another person in the family, scan items in, and manage your shopping cart and coupon. And the final app was Sleep Pillow, and the intent with Sleep Pillow was to help customize and mix and create your own sounds, allowing you the opportunity to have a good night's sleep. And so those are our 6 health, wellness, and lifestyle apps. Every month we do this session. It's anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour in length, depending on the apps that we cover. I appreciate everyone's time and attention for this last 45 minutes. I thank you so much for being here. Of course, if you have any questions on these apps, on iPads, or on any technical training topic that we cover, OTS Training is here to help you. So we'd be happy to help answer those. Training@towson.edu is perhaps the best way to get a hold of us. Thanks again, folks. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a healthy and wonderful rest of the day. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, Rod. I just wanted to ask folks that did not have their last names in the participants panel, if you'd be kind enough, if you could just send it to me, Cindy Caravello. We'd love to put you in our roster. And also, if you have any themes that you'd like us to cover, feel free to send them to us. We're always looking for different themes for our iPad apps. So thank you, everyone.